Hello, if you are watching this video, that means you just got your Seint makeup, or maybe you just need a refresh. So we're gonna make this thorough but short, so let's get right into it. So if you received your makeup and you're kind of like, I don't know what to do now, you get to build your palette however you want, okay? So they all come with these little tins. Just slide the top right off and the back's gonna magnetize into your compact, and you can put it in whatever order you want, okay? That's what makes this makeup so amazing. You can do it however you like it and however makes sense in your own head. As far as brushes go and ways to apply your makeup, there are so many different ways that you can do this that I can't show them all on this one video. So make sure you are following me on social media. Make sure you're in my beauty group on Facebook, Looks with Lizzie. I have links to all of these in my Instagram bio. I will post helpful tips, tutorials, sales, news updates, all that good stuff, Seint related. So I don't know what brush maybe you got when you are first ordered, but my favorite combo is the blush and bronzer and detail brush. But today I'm going to show you guys the makeup application with the 3D brush. This is the very first brush Seint ever created, and there's a good chance that you probably got this one if you wanted to at least just start with one brush. So it's going to give you a good medium coverage. So again, there's so many ways to do this makeup. I can't show them all to you, but I'm going to first I'm going to do everything in a one layer application today. So before you do your makeup, you want to make sure you have a great clean canvas to start with. You know, I wash my face every morning. I tone, moisturize, SPF. I use some extra serums. So make sure you are doing that. After you apply your moisturizer and SPF, let it sit on your face for about 10 minutes so it can really soak in before applying your makeup. So what I like to do is the first thing, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I will wash my face, do all my stuff, go make my coffee. By the time I get around to doing my makeup, it's definitely been 10 minutes already. So, okay, so I'm going to take the 3D brush. And I always get asked, what end do you use for what? It's totally up to you, okay? You just play around and see what you like best. As far as primer goes, some people use primer, some don't. Again, you're just gonna have to kind of play around with it and kind of see what you like. I, for the most part, do not. I think with like my SPF, it almost acts as like a really good primer. So, okay. Gonna get it right into this. So I like to take this in and use it for my contour. And contour, you're going to want to think a really good, easy way, rule of thumb, is to think of making either a 3 or an E on the sides of your face. So if you're looking this way, you're going to go forehead, right cheekbone area, and jawline, okay? So you see where I'm saying it either makes an E or a 3. That's going to be your main places you want to hit up for contour. And you can contour your lips, you can contour your nose, like there's always extra things that you can contour as well. But and another good rule of thumb is if you don't know where to contour your cheekbones, go from the top of your ear and just right out, okay? And again, you could play around with the contour. Some people like to kind of curve it where it's like hugging your cheekbone. Some prefer to go straight down with it. Again, the more you use your makeup, the more you're going to figure out what you like. So, okay, so that's that part. And I am going to go in and just kind of contour the top of my nose. And basically what I do is I'm on the top of my nose, but on the side, the top side, if that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my main foundation highlight. Okay, so you probably got matched to at least 2 highlights, one that acts as your foundation, one that acts as your concealer. I like to take my foundation ones, and I'm currently mixing 2 for my skin tone right now. And I'm going to apply this everywhere I didn't apply my contour. So that is what I like to do. Again, I'm going to show you guys how to do this makeup in as little layers as possible. That's the beauty of this. And the beauty is you can pretty much do your whole face with one brush. Take it down here. I also like to take my main foundation color, and I actually like to bring it right up under my eyes, just a kind of a light layer. The darker the color, the better it's going to conceal your under eyes. We've been lied to for years, you guys, that we need a super, super light color under our eyes to conceal dark circles, and that's just not the case. So that's what I typically do whenever I am wearing my makeup. So I'm going right under my contour here. And again, you can use either end of this brush to apply any of this, honestly. Go right down my nose and the side of it. Didn't put my contour. Oh my goodness, did you guys just hear my stomach growl? I'm not eating anything today so far. Okay, under there. Again, just kind of going in like really light here because I am gonna be putting my blush on as well. Okay, all right, I think I have hit it all with my highlight, my foundation highlight. So that is my foundation. Now I'm gonna go in with my concealer shade, and I'm just gonna do a little in the inner and outer corners. Again, not too heavy with this because I did already put my foundation color there. That's gonna help color correct, and this is just to help kind of brighten that area up. But less is more under your eyes, okay? If you wanna avoid creasing as much as possible, just do a little bit underneath, and we're gonna set it all at the end. So, okay, so you can also take your concealer shade if you like to do a little down the middle, down, you know, kind of brighten up that area. I honestly typically don't, but that's just me, okay? Personal preference. So now I'm gonna go in with the lip and cheek color, and I'm gonna use the color Madrid. It is one of my favorites, especially for spring and summer. It's such a pretty, like, pink, peachy coral. It's a matte color. I tend to go more for the mattes. And I am putting that above my contour. You see my contours right here. I'm putting it above my contour and trying to do it more back. Again, there's two different ways you can do your blush. You can put it on the actual apples of your cheek. If you want a more elongated look, you can do it, you know, going, place it back further. So I have a pretty full face with my cheeks. So I try to make my face as elongated as possible. So just kind of blending that in. You guys, if you've never used cream blush, you are in for a treat. It's honestly just the best. I mean, like everything else with cream, it just all blends together so easily. Okay, so that also is gonna be my lip color. You can use, if you got a multitasker brush or a smaller brush, you can use that to apply. And if you just got the like most basic 4 colors right there, then you are essentially done and you can set your makeup. But if you're like me, you need all the things, you need to be a little extra. I'm gonna go in with my bronzer and my illuminator, and then we're gonna set it and I'll be done. So now I'm gonna go in with Bella bronzer, and I'm using this like kind of fluffier in. And sometimes I do bronzer first, sometimes I do blush first, but I'm just taking the bronzer now on the high points of my face where like the sun would naturally tan me. So people always ask me, what's the difference between contour and bronzer? Do I need both? I like both. You don't have to have both. Of course, this is, again, your own personalized compact. Do what you want. But the contour is going to be a little cooler in shade. Bronzer is going to be warmer. The contour is to chisel out that bone structure, give us dimension. The bronzer is to bronzer face, give it some warmth, okay? I love bronzer year round. Just helps, again, bring some warmth to my face. So I'm putting it, again, on the high points of my face. So top of my forehead, like I said, I did the top of my cheekbone area. I like to do a little on the tip of my nose and even the tip of my chin, okay? And if your face, it tends to be, like if your face and your chest or neck area just do not match, a lot of people will take their bronzer down their neck and just kind of to help marry the two. Okay. See, look, I've got a little, look like I've been in the sun a little bit this weekend. Love that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with an illuminator. Now you may have either gotten a powder illuminator or a cream illuminator. Doesn't matter, they both do the same thing. You're gonna put it the same place. The powder ones pop a little more, the cream's gonna be a little more subtle. So I'm just gonna take the cream one and I tend to use my finger on the cream illuminators. And I am just putting that right there on the cheek area. And I kind of like to think of this as like a layered cake as far as my cheek area go. It's like illuminator, blush, contour, like just this like layered look. But I just like to put that all right there. When the light catches it, it's so pretty. And I also like to take some and put it down the bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, and right even there on my cupid's bow. It adds just, again, just a pretty little glowy effect, okay? So that is it. We're done with our makeup. Now it just comes to setting it. And again, this is gonna be personal preference. Some people prefer using our Vanilla Dust setting powder. Some people prefer using a setting spray. We have one of those. And some people do both. I tend to be a little more on the oily side, so I always do a setting powder. Sometimes I do both though, and add a setting spray. So again, I'm using just the same brush I've been using and trying not to make sure I don't get it in my eyeshadows. But I like to just kind of tap it on everywhere it needs to go. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but that is kind of how you want to apply your makeup too, especially if you in areas that you need more coverage, is you want to just like tap the cream on. It's called stippling when you do that, or stippling. I think it's stippling. But you want to just press it in. A lot of people make the mistake of swiping their brush and just digging into the cream. You're going to pick up too much product that way. A little goes a long way. This stuff is highly pigmented, and that's so nice because this is going to last you a lot longer than what you might think. Your foundation's color is you're going to run through quickest because you're using the most of that. It should still last you 2 to 4 months, okay? If you're going through it quicker, you're probably using too much product. And then all the other colors, 6 to 12 months, 12 plus months. I've had some of my colors that like last over a year. So it's awesome. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, know you can always reach out to me. Make sure my beauty group, make sure you're following me. I love to post helpful tips and tutorials. If you have tried this makeup and you love it and you would love to make a little money off of it, reach out to me about the artist program. I've been doing this for 3 years now, and it's been the best thing in so many ways. If you are not interested in the artist program, definitely reach out to me about opening up your own referral link, referring people. They can order under your own special link I'll create you, and you can earn free product. We can also make it a full-on class where I teach people about this, and anybody that orders under your link will just help boost your own rewards. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful, and thank you so much for being here and for trusting me with your makeup.